stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for the power, performance, and reliability of a new Super Start battery. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune in to Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
It's going to be cold in Green Bay tonight. Green Bay and hosting Detroit. And a fabled matchup.
Not that I would ever root.
Fabled matchup with Green Bay having Joe Schlunk playing quarterback, so it kind of takes the fun out of the whole
But not
thing.
that I would ever be rooting for
Sorry
Green.
about that. I was still on Central Daylight Time there. So, you know why you watch sports? Because at 11:30 at night on Saturday, I was watching a college football game, and they told me, "Don't forget to turn your clocks back." And I said, "Oh, okay."
It's a public service.
Yes, it was good.
I watched Michigan throttle the Gophers.
Yeah, that was.
How could they have had lightning and then you could see your breath?
The
game was delayed because of lightning.
They show. I saw some video though from one of the photographers that was at the game about an hour before kickoff. It was a gully washer. It was rolling down the steps and out
hail and everything.
The field was down at one end was underwater, and it was quite the storm. I don't know. There's something 3 rain delays this year they've had. And
here, Purdue
the
and
whole
Michigan.
lightning thing, though, is nonsense.
Well,
we played football for 100 years. Nobody ever got hit by lightning. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Play ball.
Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote, right?
That's right.
Well, all consciousness was raised after the Open at Hazeltine in 91.
Yes, that's true. And that's certainly in golf, that's it applies. I guess it applies everywhere. So.
May I get something off my chest about golf?
Oh, sure.
I watched the Shriners yesterday. It ended up in a playoff between Cheka, Patrick Cantlay, and Wee Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Cantlay won on the second playoff hole.
Yes, and a great story. He's didn't he have open heart surgery or
No,
something?
his caddy was his best buddy and got hit by a hit-and-run driver.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
My complaint is I've never seen 3 players. No, not Cheka. Cantlay and Kim are too slow.
Oh, really?
Put the clock on them.
Really?
They're way too slow.
Oh, yeah. The golf's got a serious... We talk about baseball. Golf has got a serious delay of
The
game
playoff
problem.
could not have continued because they were running out of daylight.
And we were in Vegas.
We're in Vegas.
We were in Vegas. It's not like we were...
But daylight savings has kicked in, so at 4:30, it's starting to get dark.
Mm-hmm.
And it was getting dark, and Cantlay finally won it. They kept playing 18, and nobody could par.
That's the other thing I don't like about playoffs. You shouldn't play the same hole twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to play 18? Then go someplace else.
They played 18 twice. Had they gone on, it would have gone to 17.
Mm-hmm. But I don't believe in that.
That shows you how dreary the day was, that I just was glued to a playoff at the Shriners tournament.
It was dreary. I ran around and did some stuff, so I didn't exactly focus in. I went and did a little book work and did some other things. So.
And I watched the Wild Saturday night.
1-0. Right?
What do you
1-0.
mean?
Didn't they lose that one?
They lost 2-0.
Oh, that's right. Oh, but wasn't an open
scoreless throw? Almost the
wasn't an open net.
Yes, it
right?
was.
Was it an open net?
It was an open net.
Okay.
And almost a third goal, which would have been the second open net.
And our red-faced coach
Mm-hmm.
was very upset at Tays not getting a penalty down the stretch there.
Boy, was he red-faced.
And I'm shocked at what a good lip reader I was when watching Bruce.
You know
You didn't have
what?
to be a lip reader to hear him.
That one, yeah. Well, you didn't have to be a lip reader, and it was 2 words that are easy to read. Those 2 words.
Happy birthday.
No, if a baseball manager did that, is he in big trouble?
Yeah, probably.
But as a hockey coach, apparently not.
No, because the ref probably
because
blew it.
they don't. You know, does the guy hear him? I mean, they don't seem to pay much attention. They could call it unsportsmanlike if they want
suppose,
to, but
yeah.
they never do.
Yeah.
They never do.
That's
Basketball, you can't get away with it though, because you're in that confined space,
Right.
And these guys are overly sensitive, and they always like to do the turn back, like I heard that. Don't try that again. But hockey's a little different. But well, our guy Coonan, and that was a high stick there. That wasn't real good. So.
I thought it was inadvertent, but apparently that doesn't make a difference.
No, I don't think so.
You know what, Pat?
What?
People are going to turn to the Timberwolves.
Well, Timberwolves were good last night. I went to the game last night expecting to see one of those, oh, hey, we won last night. Everybody's saying good things about us. We'll throw up a clinker, but they played that's probably the best they played. They played really good.
And Jimmy Butler is a character.
He's a hard-nosed.
I saw his post-game interview.
He's a hockey player.
But his
type of
post-game
guy.
interview, he was having fun. He's a character.
Yeah, but he's a hard-nosed, he's exactly what this team needed to jack him up a little bit. He's a hard-nosed fella. Tough guy. And,
the Wild needs something even beyond a Jimmy Butler.
Murphy had a good column off the game Saturday night for Sunday, how they've been on the honeymoon for a long time, but right now in this market, the Vikings are playing well. The Twins had a good season, and the Wolves have got some pizzazz about them. And we're kind of bored with what's going on with the Wild right now. Huh? They need this Coonan or somebody to become a hell of a player to create some excitement, don't you think?
Got to have a sharpshooter.
Yeah, plus I think they need a new, a new, hey, let's go watch this kid. I mean, they're going to still get the crowds. They got they had a 98% renewal of their season tickets. So I don't want to make it sound like they got problems. It's just the pizzazz is missing right now. But then again, we got 70 games left.
Yeah.
You go win 8 in a row, and the pizzazz is back. And
they're at Boston tonight.
yes.
Then they got
always
Montreal
fun
and
to
Toronto back to back. Mm-hmm. And then they end in Philly Saturday night?
Mm-hmm. I wonder how the new Garden. There's no way the new Garden can get you all pumped up like the old Garden did, can it?
I have no idea.
My grandson Luke was there a couple weeks ago for the family took a vacation. They went to a hockey game
in Toronto.
No, in Boston.
Oh, in Boston.
He was not impressed.
Really,
he likes the X better. He's 7 years old, so I'm not sure he's a architect, but he likes the Wild arena.
Where
better.
is the new Garden?
Right next to where the old one was.
Really?
Yep.
Did they tear the old one down, I wonder?
Mm-hmm. Displacing many, many rats.
I was going to say the city was flooded with rats.
There was vermin. Got very upset with that. Did you see the... when I think of Boston, I think of the Boston Marathon, and then I thought of the New York City Marathon. Did you see what happened yesterday?
No, it kept an American woman
An American woman won.
Yeah.
We won one of the races.
Yep.
It's a miracle. Also, greatest sign ever.
Oh,
Did you see the little
that's where I
kid?
thought you were going.
There's a 3-year-old kid or 4-year-old kid holding a sign when they run by that says, "Don't poop." Or nobody
poop.
Nobody
Yeah,
poop.
Was that race televised?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah,
ABC.
in the morning, yeah. It's,
In fact, Patrick, I love that sign so much. I went to the wife who's run 7 marathons and said, "Would this have been motivation for you to finish strong?" And she said, "Absolutely."
nobody poop.
That kid was the highlight of the marathon.
Has she ever run Boston?
Yeah, she ran it back in 2009, 2010. I
Did
can't
she
remember.
win?
No, she took that one a little bit more casual. It was the whole experience of it that she was
I
looking
think
forward
this is
to.
the last U.S. woman to win a big marathon since Rosie Ruiz, and
Who
she
didn't
took a
win.
cab.
Yeah. Took a cab and got out conveniently near the front.
In fact, the year that Jess ran it, an American woman finished 2nd.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it was 2010.
A gentleman from Africa won the men's.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
The highest we were America was 6th. I think we had
in the males?
And Meb didn't. Meb was the big runner. He didn't make it. He didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Who's
his,
Meb?
Meb is a 26-year marathon runner. He was running his last marathon.
But he is a naturalized citizen of the United States.
Yes. He wasn't born here, but he was raised here. That doesn't
We
count for you?
can't take an Ethiopian.
count.
We can't bring an Ethiopian over here at age 20, naturalize him, and then say, "Boy, we got a great
USA."
Yeah, USA. I welcome them. I welcome
Yes.
all of them.
We
but
just don't get to claim them.
no, hell no, you can't say.
All right, just a moment. I saw a nifty play yesterday, Kansas City and Dallas.
All right.
Who's the running back for Dallas named Hill? No, I'm sorry,
No,
Kansas City.
Tyreek Hill. He's kind of a running back, wide receiver, fastest guy in football.
Time running out in the first half. They think they're going to throw the Hail Mary. Mm-hmm. They threw to him.
Zoop!
And he went through everybody, and it was fascinating.
Yeah.
It was just really weird.
Did he make it?
Yeah. touchdown.
Everybody who's playing against that guy says, great players are saying, we know he's fast, but you got to see it to believe it.
He's Buxton-like,
Yeah, he is. But they lost again. And my Chiefs, I've been rooting for the Chiefs. I love Andy Reid, but they've lost 3 out of 4 now. So,
But you like
they're not
Andy
the
Reid
super-
more now because the kid dressed
I
up
love
like Andy Reid.
The kid dressed up like him.
Did you see Andy Reid go down, too?
No.
When he was
Oh, he
not
did,
paying
yes.
attention?
He had
And
his
he
back
hit him.
to the field.
And he just got rolled over.
Reavers showed me the greatest photo ever, though, of Andy Reid. What was he, like 12?
Something like
He's
that.
like
yeah.
12 or 13, and he's in the punt, pass, and kick contest. And he's the size he is now, standing next to these little tiny kids. He's just this big lug, It's unbelievable. He's just towering over these guys. And I'm sure all the other moms, get him out of here. He can't be in there with our... Look
He's a moose.
at Andy
He's-
Reid
Holy
compared to
cow. Wow.
You think that little kid, when he came out there to kick against him, his eyes got big? Says,
I'm going to
And
post.
when they're lined up like this, it looks like he's the big wooden soldier, and then there's these mini pawns like in a chess game.
Play the Cam Newton quote for Pat.
Oh, my God, this is
you
great.
hear this quote?
Let me call it back up here.
he's got a screw loose, this guy.
Well, he's got his history screwed up, too.
Here we go. I think it's this one.
He's just growing into that role,
No,
and that's what
not
you
him.
love
That's
to see.
the Flecker.
No. Oh, that's Flecker.
Yeah. Sounded like it.
I'm going to have a Tom Powers moment today with the Flecker about 4:15.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, well, we don't. We edit the language, but the level of angst is going to be similar.
Now, here's Cam.
We just lost a great player, but nevertheless, the Titanic still has to go.
He could have been having fun, Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Cam
I
doesn't
heard-
strike me as the sharpest guy
Who
out
was
there.
the guy I heard? One of the late night guys doing analysis on NFL analysis. I don't know. It was on NFL. Man, he was a malaprop king. This guy. He had about 4 words that he tried to say that did not work.
Did he say the ceiling is the roof?
Kind of the ceiling is the roof.
I wish you guys nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen.
By the
Never
way,
tire of that.
By
ever.
the way, the Andy Reid photo that I showed you, Patrick, apparently there is video of the punt, pass, and kick competition. So I will be posting this to the Sports Talk page immediately.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
Detroit,
God, the
Green
NFL.
Bay. That's interesting. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, yeah, I guess Green Bay's dead.
Is Detroit going anywhere?
They have been a disappointment. They came in here and beat our boys 14-7 for the 3rd straight over Coach Zim, and have not done anything since. They turned around a couple weeks later and gave up 50 points to New Orleans, and I think they've lost 3 in a row or something like that.
And Green Bay's just dead in the water.
Yeah, well, they got this guy playing quarter. They've only played once since he got hurt, right, Reavers? He got hurt.
Yeah, they played the Saints.
And then they played the Saints, and he was horrible.
And then they had their bye week last week.
Didn't pass for 100 yards, and then they had
Reavers,
their
how did
bye
we
week.
do in our picks? Pretty good?
We did. Actually, Rookie is leading the pack right now. We
No.
did okay. It was a rough week although in our defense, We made the Cowboys pick before we knew Elliott was going to play on Friday. Because we made those picks on Thursday with the Thursday +4 picking contest.
It's always difficult
So we
to
picked
know
Kansas
if Zeke
City?
is going to
Yeah, we
play
did.
or not.
Yes, we did.
Well, Dallas is the big surprise to me was Seattle getting beat.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come
Thanks
from?
to Blair Walsh and his 3 missed field
Yeah,
goals.
did you see that, Blair Walsh?
What are you looking at, Rook?
Hang on, I found the Andy Reid on YouTube, so I can play it. You'll hear the audio here.
Okay.
Something else we found. He's an old player, of course. Played at BYU as a lineman for Lavelle Edwards, but go back to 19th. This is the punt, pass, and kick contest. look at the throw. Okay, not an impressive throw, but did you see there's a little bit of a size advantage? That was hilarious. We were
It's about, he looks like Andre the Giant.
Twice as big as every other kid playing. That's up on the Sports Talk page right now.
You know what? Wait, you know what that shows us? Andy's mom was a good cook.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah,
She
right.
packed
Andy was a good eater.
He was a good
She
eater.
packed up she packed up a lot of sandwiches. So we're without Mr. Olson all week. He's up chasing venison.
That's right.
Unless he gets one, if he gets one, he's coming back.
Well, can't you get more than one?
no.
Oh, you
No,
can't?
deer, not in this state. You can only get one.
Well, I'm rooting for him. Then.
I was down in Alabama about 25 years ago, and they had their limit on deer down there was one a day.
What a day!
But they're
One
about
a
this high. They're all little tiny
Right.
things. They don't eat good like they do up here.
No, there's a lot of stuff to eat up here.
Did you
Now,
see
does
this?
every deer that gets shot here have to be checked?
It has to
for,
be
they wanna
tagged
test,
and
yeah.
tagged.
checked for the disease?
Well, did you see they're killing the moose?
The
The story
parasite.
came out. The bears, they're germ carriers, and they're killing moose, which is
Well, plus grubs
unfortunate.
and snails carry the same thing.
So
Does a moose eat snails?
I don't know.
They're herbivores.
Yeah, don't they just eat plants?
Yeah.
I
Hey,
don't know.
find a snail or a grub on a piece of lettuce, you know?
Yeah, I suppose you
never
can
know.
find a grub. That's true.
I'm pro moose. I hope we get to the bottom of this. Maybe a vaccination or something.
Like a flu shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
In the moose waiting room here.
gotta wait.
Give me your hoof, I should've wore a
pro
short sleeve
moose,
shirt.
too. I think they're one of the great animals ever. And it's of course the closest I ever came to one was the one that was chasing my old man in Yellowstone Park, where he chasing him back to the car after the old man went down to take a photo of him.
Hey, moose, look over here.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same without Kenny's
Acerbic.
affable.
John will probably have very hard-hitting news stories as opposed to a story about a bouquet of flowers that was stolen from a floral shop.
Which he tries to do
Just to
get Kenny-
antagonize.
Just to antagonize.
Well, it works too, doesn't it? 'Cause
Really
Kenny
does.
melts down.
Johnny's a pro.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching this Andy Reid video. My God, he's 3
I'm going to come in
times
and see
bigger
it.
than
So I'm going to
everybody.
come in and see it.
He
So
weighs-
keep
he
it up
weighs
there.
like 170 then. And
How old is he at this point?
12 years old, they said.
Sports Talk will return shortly.
This one goes out to Kenny Somenos. If he was here, he'd be going nuts that this was being played.
Yeah.
Here's John Height in the newsroom.
That's in honor of Kenny. Let's play all music that he would hate all week.
Yes.
Okay?
This was one where he would say, "You're driving me nuts. Why didn't you replace it with something else?" And the worst thing is when we took it all the way to the chorus, he would be really mad.
I'll be Kenny. Get this crap off the air.
Well, it's working with another member now, too.
Yes, that's true.
It's cloudy and 33 degrees. The Twins have hired former Indians and Tampa Bay hitting coach Derek Shelton as their new bench coach. Shelton's 47 years old. He spent last season as quality control coach for the Toronto Blue Jays.
What's a bench coach? Are you kidding me?
That's psst.
Yeah.
Might want to. I don't know what they do. Actually, Gardy just brought his boy Steve Little back because Steve Little, they were absolutely dazzled 8-9 years ago when he could run an iPad. The rest of them are going, what? You can do that. You can have an iPad in the dugout. Wow.
Shelton was the Indians hitting coach from 2005 to 9, and then 7 years as the hitting coach for Tampa Bay, 2010 to 2016. The bench coach position, came open last week for the Twins when Joe Vavra left to join Gardy over in Detroit.
You tell him how to sit,
Hey, grab some gum, chew some gum.
cross your ankles.
Yeah.
That's like when Sonmore got Mike Antonovich into animal recreation.
Right.
And he says, what do I do, walk cows?
Yeah.
Walk cows. Wild Starter road trip tonight. In fact, this week through Saturday, they have 4 on the road, starting with a game tonight.
That's what happens when you play 6 in a row at
right,
home. Then you got to go on the road. That's the way that works.
Tonight, they're in Boston to play the Bruins. News notes from today. The Minneapolis Fire Department confirms a fire call this morning at the Franklin Street Bakery.
Oh, no. That's Wayne's outfit.
Brian Tyner, the department's assistant chief of administration, said it came in, the call, about 8:30 this morning. A walk-in oven apparently caught fire. The blaze spread into the exhaust stack, but luckily, Tyner said fire crews got the fire knocked down quickly. There were no injuries. The business did sustain some smoke damage.
John, let's go back to what you said there. The walk-in oven, I've heard of walk-in refrigerators. Walk-in oven sounds a little dangerous.
Ominous.
Yeah.
Yes. Not must be a big oven.
Pat, did you see Larry David's monologue Saturday night from Saturday Night Live?
No, you got a little trouble.
No.
Oh my God!
What?
His Holocaust.
Keep going, Johnny.
joke.
Well, it was terrible. I turned it
Yes.
off. I'm serious. It was took you to a dark place.
And he got chastised roundly for it too.
Yeah. No opening. In a line. You hit up a gal in a concentration camp. There's no opening line.
Right. That's
How you doing?
Holocaust jokes just aren't funny.
sometimes he probably got way past Curb Your Enthusiasm there. Huh?
President Trump says mental health, not guns, is to blame for the church shooting that left at least 26 people dead yesterday in Texas, calling the assailant a very deranged individual. The president said mental health is your problem here. That was this was based on very preliminary reports, a very deranged individual, a lot of problems over a long period of time. We have a lot of mental health problems in our country, as do other countries, but this isn't a guns situation.
So we got a mental health problem with the guy in New York too, right? But he's not supposed to be here. Is that the deal? So okay.
Oh, he was here legally.
Mm-hmm.
President went on to say it's a little bit too soon to be talking about guns after the event, suggested the death toll could have been higher had it not been for another armed individual who opened fire on the assailant, according to witnesses. The president again offered condolences over the shooting and pondered aloud about the horror that hit the Sutherland Springs community. More information now about that attack on Senator Rand Paul, who's recovering with 5 broken ribs after he was tackled from behind by his neighbor, Rene Bouchier, at the senator's Kentucky home.
John, can I say one thing? It sounds to me like 2 guys fighting over who was supposed to mow what. Doesn't it? They had a disputed piece of land. You're supposed to mow that. No,
Isn't it strange that it's a senator mowing his own lawn?
Yeah, that is. So anyway, what's the deal?
Bouchier's attorney said today that, quote, the unfortunate occurrence of November 3rd has absolutely nothing to do with either his politics or political agendas.
Well, then Pat's right.
It's a very regrettable dispute between 2 neighbors over a matter that most people would regard as trivial.
Who's going to mow what?
The statement did not further describe what precipitated the attack. It did note Bouchier and Paul have been next-door neighbors for 17 years. The 2 are both doctors and, in fact, had worked together when they were both practicing. The statement added, we sincerely hope that Senator Paul is doing well and that these 2 gentlemen can get back to being neighbors as quickly as possible.
I read something that's a disputed piece of land back somewhere
and you
in the
just
back.
had enough that day.
You know what?
Stand the smell of
I've always said if a guy wants to take an extra strip out of my yard or 2, he can have it. As long as he mows it, he can have it.
According to the arrest warrant, Bouchier unlawfully and intentionally caused physical injury and pain to the victim. Paul told police that his neighbor came into his property, tackled him from behind, forcing him to the ground.
I love neighborly disputes. They're so great.
And causing him pain. Released on $7,500 in bail, Bouchier, who was charged with misdemeanor 4th-degree assault, was ordered not to contact Paul or his family, and he's to stay 1,000 feet away unless he's in his home, because his home is only 200 feet away from Paul's. He's also banned from possessing firearms or weapons of any kind.
Do we have the town? Do we have the location?
Let's see.
Somewhere in Kentucky?
It's in Kentucky. It does not
Bowling
have a
Green,
city,
maybe?
though.
Joe's rule about waiting until you get the whole story on this one is this is example A. Oh, man.
Saturday, the first thing we heard, he's got some minor injuries. Then yesterday, he has 5 cracked ribs.
No, but the other part is that right away you say, well, some guy attacked him because of his politics.
A doctor.
Yeah.
A doctor. Former Democratic National Committee Chair Donna Brazile is calling out critics of her new book, saying those who want her to shut up should, in her words, go to hell. She said, for those who are telling me to shut up, they told Hillary that a couple of months ago. You know what I tell them? Go to hell. I'm going to tell my story.
You know, Donna and I agree on the way Hillary ran her campaign, too. Terrible!
Brazile has claimed in her new book that she considered replacing Hillary Clinton with then Vice President Joe Biden as the party's nominee just a few weeks before Election Day. While Brazile's forthcoming book, Hacks, the inside story of the break-ins and breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House, has been condemned by the Clinton campaign, she maintains her decisions and role had nothing to do with Hillary's campaign. She says instead she was concerned about the entire party, not just the presidential election. When asked to expand on her assessments that the primary elections were rigged in Clinton's favor, Brazile backtracked a bit, saying she found no evidence of such rigging. For his 48th birthday, Sean Diddy Combs decided to give himself a new name again.
Oh, good.
Oh, goody.
His Twitter handle is still @Diddy, but the rapper does not want you to call him Diddy anymore.
Okay.
Instead, Combs will now go by Love or Brother Love.
Nope.
Made that announcement. Acknowledged.
How
it
many
in the
names
video.
has he had now, Johnny?
He's had a
Give
few.
them to me.
Well,
Will you?
let's
Who do you
see.
start with?
Sean
Puffy,
Puffy.
Puff Daddy Combs.
Diddy, Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy, and Sean.
What's his real name?
Sean Combs.
Sean
Combs.
Combs.
And now he's Brother Love. But
Brother
there's
Love,
Brother
yeah.
Loves out there all over the place. It's going to be very confusing.
Yeah, he's not the original. There's a lot of
there's
brother
a lot
love
of
out
brother
there.
love.
Well, he was going to go with B Love, but then just decided to go with Brother Love.
Hell no.
Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Army show. Neil Diamond.
Okay, I got a question for you, Mr. Thermostat. Did you turn that one down again?
No, I got it on heat.
we now got the air
I
conditioning.
know. I can't control it today. I'm
It
having a
doesn't
bad
work.
thermostat.
Why
day.
did Joe retire? Because he couldn't get the temperature right.
Well, and
in
he
the
put a
studio.
line. He put a line on the lever.
I got a
there.
marker there.
He's
It's
got
not
her.
working.
He's
got a
got her
mark?
cranked up for heat, and we're getting air conditioning now.
Can't you tell in here, too? I'm ready to cut some glass here. Let's go.
Well, if your guy's thermostat actually works, you're lucky because I don't think the one
Is
in
it
here
still like
does
40
anything.
degrees?
Yeah. I have a sweatshirt that I keep in the producer's room in case I need it.
Boy, we're awfully hardy, aren't we? The guys that are outside working right now, listen to
that
us
cement mixer
complain.
going.
Yeah, well, you guys are making more money than we are.
Yeah, that's
Senator John McCain hospitalized over the weekend after he suffered a minor tear of his Achilles tendon.
He won't play next Sunday.
Also suffering some side effects from his cancer therapy, according to his office. The office said in a statement today, Senator McCain treated at Walter Reed Medical Center over the weekend for a minor tear in the right Achilles tendon, as well as for other normal and non-life-threatening side effects of his therapy. Senator McCain has returned to work in the Senate this morning and will be wearing a walking boot until his injured tendon.
He can't
is
have
healed.
much time left, I wouldn't think.
he's really hanging on, too, isn't he? I mean, to retire and just don't do anything.
Well, no, he wants to vote.
Yeah, yeah,
John, do you have more for us?
I do. How about this place? You ready? This comes from Great Britain.
Yeah.
Stoke House Care Home. It's an old folks' home, you know, in Gedling, Nottingham. And the folks can go out there, live out their last years in comfort. Well, last week at the facility, the downstairs portion of the building, they put in a retro pub.
All right.
The residents can now just head downstairs, have a pint.
Wow.
Or several pints if they want. It's all been fitted out in a 1960s style to remind people of their younger days, helping them feel at home. Staff decided to make the change after some of the residents said they missed going to the pub and playing a game of darts while they drank a pint.
Ooh, the old people playing darts, though, might be dangerous. Somebody they might get a few in the ear.
The pub is stocked with a selection of beers and alcoholic drinks, as well as tea, coffee, and crisps, free of charge.
Crisps.
What are their crisps? Is that a French fry?
I think it's a potato chip.
Yeah. Okay.
It also plays.
You know what? You said okay. I have no idea.
It's like a chip.
Well, we
It's like a
do.
chip being served with the gherkin.
Yeah, pickles and chips. That's what I like.
You're having a laugh.
Yeah.
They
What's
also
all this?
Quite right.
have one large television screen that they
On the
play
telly.
sports on, and folks can also order meals there if they like and eat there.
Well, that's fantastic.
Huh? Louise Nickel, she runs the place. She's 39 years old. She came up with the idea. She said, we don't want life to stop here just because you're in a care home. I've gotten to know each of the residents in the 4 months I've been in the job, and when you get to know people, you can find out what they like and what they miss. Seemed like a lot of folks were missing this. That's why we decided to change.
His last call at like 5:30 p.m.?
I don't know.
Hey, the next time you got the Brit on from the American Experiment, ask him what he thinks.
There you go. Johnny. I'll ask Johnny.
Yeah, right, Johnny.
John, how do you think of this?
Mm-hmm. A worried resident in Germany alerted police to what he thought was a leftover World War II bomb in his garden. Officers rushed over and found a particularly large zucchini.
Whoa, really? From World War II?
Police were summoned to the scene in Breton, near the southwestern city of Karlsruhe, this past Thursday by an 81-year-old man. They said in a statement that officers determined the object, which really did look like an explosive, was actually a nearly 16-inch zucchini.
Mm-hmm. We'd be better off if we just dropped zucchinis on each other.
Yeah, right. That's true.
The offending vegetable
and
was
they'd easier to get. They're cheaper.
It was dark in color. It looked, in fact, like a bomb.
I saw a photo of it. Didn't look like a bomb to me.
Well, a little bit. Come on.
Like it. Yeah.
Just trying to help the 81-year-old out.
You immediately would have identified it as a zucchini.
No, but I would have said that's not.
He would have put it on Twitter
stopped on it
and said, "What's this?"
A vegetable that squirts.
The zucchini weighed 11 pounds. Police think somebody probably threw it over the hedge into the man's garden. This
One
is
of the most ridiculous food products ever invented. Tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
Zucchini. Get rid of it.
Well, like a fry, if you fry it up, it's okay.
No, it's not good.
No?
I like zucchini bread.
Zucchini bread.
No, forget it.
have you ever had zucchini made into spaghetti noodles? That's not
No.
bad.
You know what Sid would say? Zucchini bread can't carry banana bread's jockstrap.
That's true. I would agree.
By the way, Chuck Lilligren.
Yeah.
Chuck Lilligren dies at 89. There would be no Sid Sunday show without Chuck Lilligren.
How
Chuck
so?
used to be in there on Sunday mornings, and one day he invited, Sid's clamoring around in there, bringing in his interviews or tapes or whatever, and Chuck invites him to come on the air and talk to him for 10 minutes, and of course, being the big neighbor, they figured out, hey, we can do this and get somebody to buy an ad, and that
it's
became
his
it.
fault.
So that's what I said. R.I.P. Chuck, we forgive you. 89. He was of American Indian descent.
I did not know.
I saw that in his
I knew that.
When did he die? How did I miss this?
Just yesterday, I think.
Oh, was it been in the paper?
Over the weekend.
Yeah, it was in the papers Sunday, in the Sunday obits.
Right.
They're losing their old legends. Roger last week and Lilligren over the weekend.
You still there?
Yes.
Another one, Sid outlived.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
How are you?
Are you going?
No, there's no party.
He's now outlived.
Where's the party?
There isn't a party. It's not going to happen for you. You
He's
weren't
now
invited.
outlived all the astronauts.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
The original astronauts.
You've outlived all the astronauts.
And now,
Who's the other player?
and now he's outlived all the old CCO talent. So.
No, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think so. Is Howard Viking dead?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Cannon's dead. Viking's dead. Boone and Erickson. Roger.
They're all dead.
or,
Dick Chapman. Chappie.
Chapman.
One of the great guys ever.
Yeah.
He's dead.
About Ray Christensen.
Oh, hell yes, he's dead.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Are you going?
No, Sid, you're still alive. You're good.
Authorities say a man accused of stealing a Maserati drove it to a movie theater in Georgia to watch a film. Clayton County Sheriff's Office told news outlets that 41-year-old Keithrick Williams is accused of driving the vehicle to an AMC theater in Morrow, Georgia, and parked it there and watched a movie. Facebook post from the Sheriff's Office said the deputy spotted the vehicle, radioed for more deputies to join him, thinking there may be a problem when he found the fellow who stole it. But authorities say Williams walked out of the theater after the movie and got in the car. At that point, he was arrested.
You want to know? Suits has got a question.
What movie?
What movie?
Right.
It was
Movie about
it was an
cars.
action movie. I got
Baby Driver.
Yeah, Baby Driver. Or something.
Brewing company Sam Adams announced the release of a beer that costs $199 a bottle.
Nope.
It is illegal in 12 states.
Okay.
It's called Utopias. It's brewed by Sam Adams every 2 years, is heading back to stores for its 10th time. It boasts an alcohol content of 28%.
Oof.
Sam Adams.
If you spend $199 for a beer, you deserve to get beat up.
And that will beat you up. That beer will beat you up.
That'll do it. Sam Adams said on the website, brewing, aging, and blending Utopias is a multi-step, time-intensive, and complex process. Only about 13,000 bottles of the 2017 version are being offered at a price of $199 each. The scarcity of the beer is augmented by the fact its high alcohol content makes it legal in 12 states.
Including this one, I would guess.
Nope, it's legal
Minnesota
here.
legal?
How big is the bottle?
I saw a picture. It looks like the 750 milliliter type.
I don't know.
Took my beer.
I don't know how big that is.
Hey, host
Like
of the beer show.
Yes, sir.
You should send them a communication and say, we'd like to
Yeah,
have
we
a
want to
taste.
sample that.
We'd
yeah.
like to have a taste here, and then we'll give you a little plug. Did you sell them?
That is not a bad idea.
Heavens no.
Sam Adams will go.
Right.
The most highly rated beer show in the Twin Cities.
I have had the Sam Adams cognac beer at a wedding for an individual, and it also ranged in that, or it was in that same price range.
Who the hell
Are you
was
sure
this
that
person?
wasn't it?
No, I think this.
Here's the description.
Oh.
Reminiscent of a rich vintage port old cognac.
Oh, then maybe
or fine sherry.
Okay, then maybe that's the same thing.
So that may be what you tasted already.
It was
Didn't even
very
know it.
good.
Explain to Joe what a 750 is. He doesn't know. It's about what comes in a 750, Chris.
Well, like it's like a bomber, Joe. You know what
bomber.
Yeah.
Like a growler?
Like World War II.
No, it looks
World
like
War II zucchinis.
Like
It looks like
Like a zucchini.
Looks like a zucchini
Like a
with a top
zucchini you
on it.
find in your backyard.
if you find one in your backyard, call the authorities immediately. It looks like a beer bottle, but
like
a little
this,
bigger.
got a little handle on it.
You know what? It looks like the Andy Reid of beer bottles.
Exactly.
It's bigger than the
It
others.
towers above other
Exactly.
beers.
Same kind of bottle as other beers come in, but it's a little taller.
Who had enough money to supply that at the bar at your wedding?
It was a young man in the industry.
Oh, okay.
So he had connections
Okay.
to get said bottle.
But you know what Reavers would do? He'd give everybody a little half a Dixie cup of taste, and he'd take it home.
Oh, God, yeah, the rest of
Under his-
myself.
under his pea
I'm no
coat,
dummy.
No.
I have to go do traffic. check.
John's
Yeah,
leaving.
all right.
He's retired.
Still there?
Let's just make daylight saving time year round. Why not? Anybody opposed to that?
Let's take a vote.
I don't like this.
The kids go to school in the dark anyway.
Yep.
Without this, so what difference does it make?
Say, what do you have coming up on the ride?
Oh man, action!
Is it
packed.
really action packed?
Andy Greeter from the Pioneer Press will help us review the Gophers fiasco in Michigan. Ben Gessling from the Star Tribune on the Vikings. And we got Manny Hill's 4 deep thoughts on the NFL Sunday right at the top. And we're going to have the first ever official Ricey Tom Powers moment at about 4:15.
Nice.
On what? I got to tune in.
Well, it's going to be, we're going to discuss.
You have to tune in to find
We're
out.
going to discuss the Gophers football coach.
They got Nebraska coming in here Saturday
Nebraska's
at 11 a.m.
terrible. Worst Nebraska team in years. They have lost 4 games at home this year, this Nebraska
Can they
team.
beat Nebraska?
Their best player is Spielman's kid, the little.
Can they beat Nebraska?
Hell yes. Nebraska can lose to anybody, but I wouldn't bet on it.
All right. 1500 ESPN is KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis. It's 33 degrees. The ride is next.
Thanks, Suchi Boy Rook here for MetaFast Weight Control Centers, reminding you that you can lose your first 20 pounds for free when you start your MetaFast program today. Think of how much weight you're going to lose by the holidays. Yes, and on Thanksgiving, even while you're on the MetaFast plan, you will be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving dinner. How do I know? Because I've been on the plan for over a year. I'm on maintenance right now. I've lost 40 pounds, hit my goal weight. I wanted to be under 200 pounds. You can do it, and don't wait until after the holidays. You've been saying that for years, just like I did. Sign up with your spouse, and you go through this together. There are locations all over the metro. Find out the one that's closest to you at MetaFastMN.com. Results vary. You can lose up to 10 pounds the first 2 weeks, 1 to 2 pounds each week thereafter. This plan works. And if you want to find out more about it, why don't you head to the MetaFast Holiday VIP event Saturday, November 11th from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. Special offers, all sorts of great stuff, and they will help you survive the holidays. All right, MetaFast Weight Control Centers. Call 855-RESULTS or MetaFastMN.com.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard.
The College Football Playoff Committee made their decision on Sunday, and as much as I loathe the idea of Ohio State losing their way into the College Football Playoff, I 100% agree with OSU making it in over Bama. Nick Saban citing some hypothetical point spreads to prove his point that the Tide deserve a spot in the College Football Playoffs holds little substance when you consider Bama's best win is over Texas. No, the committee got it right. TCU had a great season with far more ranked wins than Bama and didn't deserve to lose their spot after playing a surging Kansas State in a championship game. And Ohio State, while not playing some of their best ball later in the season, was still 12-0 until they came face-to-face with my Wolverines. While the college football playoff system isn't nowhere near as good as it could be, it's better than what we had. And in a few years, it will be better for all of college football. Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. Get the latest odds and trends for every professional and amateur league out there. From football to basketball to soccer and esports, we've got it all at betonline.net. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. And don't forget BetOnline for the NHL, MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more. BetOnline, where the game starts.